What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, everything is just a mess right now. Like a big ass pile of mess. Franco pretty much wants to be on this. He wants Jason to do a mercy killing on him, basically. If he starts acting crazy again because of the tumor, he wants Jason to put him out of his misery, basically. I can understand that to an extent. I get it because he doesn't want to inflict that pain that he inflicted years ago. He doesn't want to inflict that on people again. You know what I mean? He's trying to prevent that from happening. I get that. But the smart thing to do, number one, go to your wife, tell her what the hell is going on with you. Two, listen to your doctor and find out your treatment options to rid yourself of this. Like, I hate when people have medical issues and they rather go it alone rather than with people who genuinely care and love you and they want to help you through this. Like, it'd be better going through these medical crises when you have that support system. He has the support system. He's choosing not to use that support system. I understand Elizabeth is going through a lot with her job right now. And with Cyrus running the hospital and, demoting her and all that mess, I get that. But she's still your wife. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of having a spouse. Like, that's part of the reason of having it. Of having a person that you can come home to and share your day with. Because they're going to be your support system. Lean on them. I understand she's going through a lot. But at the end of the day, you're going through something much worse than what she's dealing with right now. She's dealing with some BS at work. And I understand that's difficult, but you're dealing with a medical crisis that can do a lot of damage, not only to you, but to the others around you, including her. You know what I mean? And this is something that can affect not only her, but her children in a negative way. She has a right to know this. And for Franco to keep that secret, and not only is he keeping that secret, but you're putting her friend in the middle of it. Because due to doctor-patient confidentiality, you put her friend in a tight spot because now Dr. Randolph cannot tell her what's going on because that'll be breaking HIPAA law. It'd be breaking HIPAA. So she can't tell her. And I can tell that Terry really wants to tell her. Even when they were having girls' night, which I loved. I love that Epiphany, Terry, and Elizabeth were having this girls' night in and they were just, being there for each other, having some wine and helping each other get through issues. I like that, because that's a real friendship. And I like that we got to see a friendship. Because more often than not on daytime dramas, you really don't see the friendships that much. Not often, I will say. But in this case, I loved it. So yeah, Franco's putting her in a bad situation because even Epiphany noticed the little bit of tension there, like Terry wasn't saying stuff and during the girls' night in and stuff, she wasn't trying to say something and Epiphany noticed it. And Terry tried to brush it off like it was nothing, but Epiphany wasn't buying it. I hate that Franco put her in that predicament. Like, tell your wife what the hell is going on with you so she can be there for you. That's the whole point. That's marriage. And I think Franco's being selfish at this point. Like, he's being very selfish. And now you're including Jason in this madness. I don't know. Hopefully, he grows up, put his big boy pants on and just tell his wife what the hell is going on with him. So she ain't got to find out on the street. So speaking of the girl night in, I love that they did this for Epiphany because it was more so for Epiphany. Because Epiphany has been pretty irritable lately due to her breakup with Milo. And Epiphany walks around calm, cool, and collected in front of her friends like this whole breakup is not bothering her. Clearly it is because they've seen her multiple times at work lashing out at people, lashing out at the coworkers to the point where they're scared to come out their office. That's how bad she's been lashing out. So I think it was good that they decided to have this little, girls' night in, drink some wine, and try to help her get over her breakup with Milo, even though it's not going to be easy. But she's starting to learn that, she can have life after Milo. There is life after him. And what people don't understand is, for those who don't know, like, Epiphany went through a lot, too, in her life. This breakup is just one of a couple of things. You remember years ago, she lost her son, Stan. Stan used to work for Jason and Sonny, and he was killed. and that damn near broke her. So it took a while for Epiphany to just pull herself up. Now she found somebody that she thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with, and that blew up in her face. You know what I'm saying? Her and Milo broke up, and she's trying to navigate that, being alone again. But, I do believe in love, and I do believe that she will find love again. You're never too old. It's never too late. Hell, it's people in their 80s still getting married, so it ain't never too late to find that happiness again. So I'm happy that they had that. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Moving on from that, I knew it, that Jordan was faking her medical issue. It was all a part of the plan. So they cooked up a scheme, her and Portia, to make it look like she was having issues with her transplant. And she filled Curtis in on what was going on. So I'm glad that Portia was able to help her, because this is a smart plan that they cooked up. And it's about time Jordan has become smart. And she's leaning on other people to help her, because you cannot take Cyrus down by yourself. So this was an ingenious plan. So they came up with this whole medical crisis that her transplant was acting up and she needed to go talk to her original doctor. And that means that she's going to have to take a leave of absence from work, so that way she's not going to have to be under Cyrus's thumb for the time being due to medical issues, which is smart. So once they get away from Cyrus, the plan is for them to hop on a plane, go out west, and go to that address that Curtis found out about. Because whoever Cyrus got stashed at that address, he's been giving them monthly payments, like 5 to 6 figures monthly payments every month. So they're going there to find out who's in that house. And they're going to find out about this 40-year-old case while they're on the plane. Like, what's the connection between this case and Cyrus? Now y'all finally using y'all noggin. Y'all finally using y'all brain and figuring out how to shut him down. It's about damn time. This is what happens when you open up to other people and get some damn help, because you can't do everything yourself. And this was an ingenious plan. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, because a part of me feel like Cyrus is going to still have eyes on her, because he looked a little suspicious. Like, he was telling Portia to give Jordan VIP treatment and stuff. Don't treat her like just any old patient. Treat her like she's the damn president. The president that we still don't have currently. But treat her as if she was the president. I don't know. I'm hoping that this plan works. But a part of me, because we all know Cyrus is no dummy. And the way that he was looking at her door and stuff when he was outside the door, he looked like he had this like suspicious look. Or, who knows? He was lurking outside her room. Maybe he overheard their conversation. For all we know, he could have. But I'm just hoping that they pull this off. I really hope so. Because this is a good plan to me. This is a really good plan. Like, I am really feeling this plan. So, anyway, moving on from that, Dante and Lulu, the saga continues. So, Lulu was having this little meeting with this informant or whatever, who's, I guess she went to go talk to about information about Cyrus. And of course Dante shows up and shuts that down. I don't feel like that guy was really going to give her anything useful anyway, because I felt like it was kind of stupid, and I agreed with the guy that she was talking to. You're meeting him at the Floating Rib in a very public place with other people around to ask him about Cyrus Renault. Like, are you stupid? Cyrus could have walked in there. What would have happened then if Dante didn't show up and Cyrus did? That was stupid. And the guy was telling her, oh, we should go do this at my place. See, right there, I don't agree with. I can understand why Lulu wanted to do it in a public place, because she don't know this dude. And I totally agree. I get it. She don't know him from a can of paint. And she definitely should not be going back to no random dude house. But at the same time, she should have met him in a park, something. And just had somebody on the lookout in the bushes or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go to no public place like that where anybody can see y'all together and tip Cyrus off that you're speaking to this guy. No, don't do that. That wasn't smart. And of course, after Dante showed up, the guy clammed up and decided to leave. But I don't really feel like he was going to give Lulu anything useful. But this gave Dante and Lulu a chance to talk about their issues and stuff, because she's still pissed at him about leaving. And the fact that Rocco needs a father and stuff, well, I get that she's still mad about him leaving, but it's not like he left for no reason. He left so he wouldn't have made a mistake in killing you, because that's what his thoughts were leading him to do. He was messed up mentally, and it wasn't safe for him to stay there. That's what she needs to understand. It wasn't like he was leaving you because he was sick of you or he went off and ran after some other woman. It had nothing to do with that. He did it for his mental, for his own sanity, his mental health. He had to go, or else something bad would have happened had he not. So he was actually doing it for you, doing it for y'all son. And I understand, him leaving for an extended period of time, not knowing when he was going to be back, whatever. He didn't know that he was going to be back within a year. He didn't know that. He thought it was going to take years. I mean, he's still clearly not all the way there, but at least he's, more stable than what he was when he left. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get the old Dante back with glimpses of the new Dante. You know what I'm saying? But the old one is still very much there. So he's not all the way out the woods yet, but at least he's a lot better than he was. That's an improvement. Lulu needs to let that go. Like, she needs to let all that hurt and anger just go. He's apologized. He's trying to make up for it. He's back. He's not asking her to break up with Dustin. I'm pretty sure that's what he wants her to do, but he's not asking her to do that. Because she thinks that's what he's going to eventually ask her to do, is make a sacrifice and leave Dustin. And he was like, I'm not asking you to do it, nor am I going to ask you in the future to do it. I'm just here. I'm back. That's it. I'm not asking you to be my woman again, be my wife again. That's not what he's asking you to do currently. Now, if something were to happen with her and Dustin, maybe, it could lead y'all back to each other. But for right now, that's not what he's doing. Like, he's just trying to reacclimate himself back into town, back into his son's life, and that's it. And, of course, get the goods on Peter. That's about it. So, other than that, and you could tell after Dante left and she was crying, you could tell like she's still in love with him. I could see it by the way she was looking at him, how she was crying after he left. She's still in love. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. Like, that's still her man. She knows she miss him. So anyway, moving on from that. That whole conversation between Robert and Jason was kind of funny though, because as smart as I agree with Robert, Spinelli is smart. He's tech savvy. He's the guy that you want on your side when you're in a jam. But he's also clumsy and a hot mess when it comes down to snooping. Like, Spinelli has definitely put his foot in his mouth quite a few times during this investigation of Peter, and Robert is not impressed. Because Robert is like, bro, you got to pull it together. He was basically telling Jason that. Like, Spinelli, he's a good guy, smart, tech savvy, good to have on your team, but he's too clumsy. Like, he's just a mess. Because Robert's main concern right now is not only taking down Peter, but he's worried about the fallout. Like, the people that this is going to hurt. And that's his main concern right now. But the objective has not changed. He still wants to take Peter down no matter what. Speaking of Peter, so Alex done took him and Maxie to the Floating Rib to have dinner and stuff. And of course, she didn't want to call Finn to come near. Of course. But the whole time that they were talking, after Maxie went to the bathroom and she was telling Peter how extraordinary they are, and she was just talking a lot of craziness. Talking about, like, she was saying how the rules for them, all the rules for other people don't apply to them. And when she kept talking to Peter, he was looking at her and talking like he was in a trance or something. I noticed that. Like, he was just like she had him hypnotized or something. Like, that's how he was looking and talking. Because she was saying all the things that he's been wanting to hear. But after Alex left and Maxie came back from the bathroom and stuff, she and Peter both noticed that Anna was a bit off. So they're starting to notice that. I'm like, duh, she's a bit off. Like, the way she was talking, the way, you know what I mean? Any fool could tell that. I will say this. Anna was pissing me off. Anna was annoying the hell out of me during that whole time that her and Valentine were tied up together in that warehouse. Like, here, this place is less than an hour away from blowing up and blowing the two of you up. And Valentine was like, yo, when we get out of here, he said, I'm killing Alex with no hesitation. Anna's still sitting there talking about, no, we're not killing my sister. I'm not killing my sister. Anna, your sister has you strapped to a chair trying to blow your ass up. And you still trying to talk about you don't want to kill her? Are you nuts? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're about to be bacon bits in a minute. And you still talking, I'm not killing her. You nutball. Please. I would have had a gun right up to her head in a second. Heck, I'm just saying, like, an eye for an eye. Homegirl tried to charcoal your ass. And you still... I had to agree with Valentine on this one. Mace the bitch or something. Like, I agree with Valentine. Like, it's time to 187 on that ass. Hell no. Because he had a lot to lose too. Charlotte, you know what I mean? Like, I don't blame Valentine on that one. So they managed to untie themselves and get up out of there. And of course the place blew sky high. Luckily they wasn't in it. Finn is running around the house leaving Anna all type of voicemails and stuff. Calling Robert and stuff to come over there. And he saw the test results because he remembered his conversation with Anna. And she claimed that she didn't get the test results. But he looked at the date. And he was like, why would she tell me that she didn't get them if she actually did get them? So he brings Robert up to speed about Valentine and Anna's plan to lure Alex to town because Robert had no idea about what the hell was going on with that. So, of course, Robert gets the phone call about the warehouse explosion. And it didn't take Robert but a second to figure out who was the players involved in that warehouse. He knew it. He was like, he knew. If there was a warehouse explosion, he said that shit got Anna and Valentine written all over it. So when he got to the warehouse and stuff, you know, Anna was telling him about Alex trying to blow them up and how they weren't safe and all that. So, of course, she calls Finn and tell him, like, he's in danger. And as she's on the phone with him, Alex, of course, walks through that door. And the look on Alex's face had me dying. She looked menacing as hell with that look on her face. I'm like, and the whole time Finn was on the phone, if I was him, I would have tried to play it off. I would have been like, yeah, Chase, I'll call you back. You know, pretend like I'm talking to Chase or something. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to call you back. No worries. Click. And be like, hey, Anna, where you been? You know, play that shit off. So she don't suspect that you know that she ain't who she say she is. You know what I mean? Play it off, fool. That's what I would have been doing. I love how they have Anna dressed in white and Alex dressed in black. I love it. It's very symbolic. If you don't know the symbolism, it's very symbolic. I love it. It's going to be a hot ass mess. I will tell you that much. This is a mess. Hopefully they do something. Hopefully Finn can get up out this mess because you are in danger, Finn. You better overpower her ass. Do something. Mesa. But anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I thought this was a good episode right here. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. And I will see y'all all later. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.